And the issue of access to high-cost medicines has regained high visibility in the global and regional agendas. A side event at last year's World Health Assembly brought together member states and the Pan American Health Organization to highlight the challenges that ensuring access to these products pose to the health systems and universal health. In addition, integration and sub-regional mechanisms are taking joint action on this issue. Importantly, Mercosur and UNASUR ministers of health agreed in their last meeting to devise joint strategies to improve access to high-cost and strategic products, and to include this topic as a priority in the recently signed agreement with the Pan American Health Organization. Here with us today are Analia Porras, who is our chief of medicines and health technologies here at the Pan American Health Organization, and Pedro Croco, who is the head of the Division of Diseases and Controls and Prevention, the Ministry of Health in Chile. Welcome to both of you, and thank you very much for joining this morning. How do policies and interventions such as the insertion of generic medicines, good management of intellectual property, and healthy technology assessment help to increase access to high-cost medicines?
The issue of high-cost medicines is rather complex, but we know that access to high-cost, effective, good-quality products is a prerequisite to achieving a universal health. Thus, while there's no silver bullet, countries recognize that you need to have a whole set of comprehensive strategies that address this issue, starting from pharmaceutical policies and policies for health technologies that address the issue across the life cycle of the product, to good regulation and good procurement practices that allow us to, as I said, address the issue from all perspectives. Moreover, the issue of intellectual property and trade agreements also come into question, since some of these products are subject to some of the intellectual property and patent laws that create single source markets, and that will of course have an implication on the price of the product. Introducing then generic medicines when those patents expires and allow us to use competition to lower down the prices of medicines, it's a comprehensive and well-proven strategy to improve pricing, and then some of this high-cost medicine will become more affordable for the health system. I think in that way, Chile also has addressed this in a very well-defined program through their law, Ricardo Soto, which is a specific program to address the problem of access to high-cost medicine. So I would like Pedro to comment on the new law.
Thanks a lot. Well, just mentioned, we just approved a law called Law Ricardo Soto that was named for a journalist who used to work in TV, and he died of cancer.
Oh, okay.
And he had a problem in the sense that he needed a high-cost drug for his treatment.
Sure.
And he was wealthy enough so he could afford it, but many Chileans would not afford that type of drugs.
Sure.
So we just, as I mentioned, approved a law that actually is going to give access to high-cost drugs to many more Chileans. And it's a universal in the sense that every Chilean has the opportunity to actually get financing by the law. And this is a really big issue, because we are talking about some high-cost treatments that can cost, in some cases, something like $500,000 per person per year for their whole life. So no one can support that. And that's what the Ricardo Soto law is going to do in the future. And actually, we have been working with Bajo a lot, and we really thank Bajo for all its support. And we really have to deal with, as I mentioned, a big issue. How to deal with such drugs that cost so much in a world that has changed a lot. Because, for example, you enter internet and you actually know at the moment that the FDA just approved a new drug and everyone wants to get access to that drug.
So, Analia and Pedro, we only have another minute left, so real quickly, in your view, how can countries work together to increase the access to high-cost and strategic medicines? And let me just wrap in there real quickly, what can PAHO do to help achieve that?
So I think we have been working through the outer region in solutions that actually are comprehensive and harness the will of countries to provide access. One through both the revolving and rotatory funds that PAHO manages for the procurement of medicines and vaccines. We have made great contributions at lowering the price of certain products such as HIV, tuberculosis, and other, you mentioned at the beginning, the UNASUR countries and the Mercosur countries have actually signed an agreement to improve the pricing of certain products, but joint negotiations for this product. But moreover, I think the fact that countries share information, share strategies, improve the communication, and bring together projects that work and share the results, it's also contributing to actually improving their knowledge and the way of management the problem of access to high hospitals.
Any last words?
Yes, I like to support that. We are small countries, and we are small markets. If we get together, we can get better prices, we can get better things for the industry. So PAHO is doing a great job on helping us on that, and so we are really grateful for that.
Pedro, Analia, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.